This is the Hypathetical podcast, where three pathetic guys discuss hypothetical situations. On this episode, Matt and Justin try to convince Peter that their strategy to make $1,000 in 24 hours is the best. Before we get to the show, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and follow us on all our socials.
All right, hello and welcome to another episode of... I forgot the name of the podcast for a second there. I'm not even kidding.
Hypatheticals. Let's start again.
I'm going to keep that in because why not? Welcome to another episode of Hypatheticals, where we pose a hypothetical question to two average, middle-aged white men. Not even middle-aged. You guys are pretty young.
I hope this is not middle-aged for me, honestly.
I was going to say, slow down there, sir. Middle age. I'm not even 30 yet, so...
Here's a hypothetical question. What would you do if you died at 34 years old? Or, no, wait. 60, 68? 68.
No. That's not what the episode's about. Don't go posing hypothetical questions without me.
Hypothetical question. What do you do? How would you replace a host who does not know the name of their own show?
Yeah, I totally forgot. This is only episode 3. Okay.
Episode 3, we're already off to a bad start.
It's hypotheticals. Hypotheticals.
We don't even do the show. We just sit here and just throw out hypothetical questions for 30 minutes straight.
That's all we do. It's not even a podcast anymore. This is just my way of life. So I have to...
It's a philosophy exercise.
Exactly. All right. So, boys, my name is Peter. I'm joined by Matt and Justin.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Yes, Justin was the first. Matt is the second. All right.
Thank you for remembering our names.
Let's also remember Matt is 2-0 so far. I guess this season, what do you want to call it? It's a season. All right, maybe it's a season. A running tally.
Lifetime.
Yes, lifetime 2-0.
Undefeated.
Justin is 0 for 1, I guess.
Yeah, 0 for 1. My zombie team did not make it past the cut. Thanks to you, Peter. So
yeah, I'm an 0 for 2, so whatever.
We'll forget about the losses. We'll just focus on victories, in which I am still number 1 and you guys aren't even on the board yet.
I'm having that today. I'm cutting that in half today, so we'll see.
I have yet to taste the sweetness of victory, but maybe next episode.
I hear it tastes like cookies, so...
Oh, cookies. I love cookies. All right. Maybe next episode, because this episode, I am the judge, which means I am posing a hypothetical question to you two boys. And the question today is, if you had to make $1,000 legally in 24 hours, how would you do it?
Okay, so we need to sort of establish a few things here. Number one...
Yes.
We have 24-hour span, and we have essentially no fluid capital. Like, I can't just go and put it all on, like, put $500 that I have on red and just keep trying to do that over and over and over again kind of thing, right? Like, I can't...
No, you start with $0, so you have zero money to your name. You have the clothes on your back.
Perfect. This is much more relatable and much more realistic for me. I have $0 to my name. Now we're talking.
Yeah, so $0.
No money to spend and all the money to make.
Only the clothes on your back. You have to use your ingenuity and your creative thinking and whatever else you can think of in order to make $1,000 in 24 hours. How are you going to do it? Let's throw it out to Justin. Justin, start us off.
All right, so... let's start this bad boy off. So I got $0. I have to make 1,000 in a single day.
Yes, sir.
And I think I'm going to go with the obvious choice here. And I'm going to say that I'm going to walk into the nearest strip joint. I'm going to Pure Gold in Oakville. And I am going to become a stripper.
I'm sorry, did you just name drop a male strip club in Oakville?
We need sponsors. So... possibly. This might be the strategy he's taking. This might be him saying, we're going to name you on our podcast. You're going to send us $1,000. That's actually a pretty genius way to do it.
Well, this is the best part. Like, I don't even know that many strip clubs. Like, the only strip clubs I really know of is the one that was in Brampton, which used to be called the Sword and Shield, and that one's gone. And then there's one in Oakville that I drive by on my way to work I have no idea.
Oh yeah, drive by.
Just drive through. Is that what it is? Drive through.
Drive by just to have a little lunch buffet. Yeah.
Drive by, stop at, drive through, lunch buffet. Hey, for $9.99, you can't get a better meal, okay?
Yeah. It comes with one lap dance.
So Justin's strategy of going and I just complete this entire run through here. Because what are you doing at the strip club? That's what I want to know.
Well,
are you like?
Well, I'm gonna be a stripper, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, okay.
Because listen,
sure you are.
You think you can make $1,000 in 24 hours as a stripper?
Yeah. What kind of land? What? How big is your dick? Like that's just. Or how small? Like that could be an oddity kind of thing.
Listen to me very carefully, okay? There is definitely a market out there for, I'm not fat, I'm not skinny, I'm kind of like average. I got a lot of chest hair on me, I'm not gonna lie. And there is definitely a market out there for a bear-like man to get up there. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not about dick size, guys. It's about the helicopter dick. To impress a chick, do the helicopter dick. Helicopter dick.
Yeah, but if your dick is too small, you can't do the helicopter dick. Then it just becomes like you're just like pointing, like you become like a compass rose and you're just pointing like north, east, south, and west, and that's it.
Are you beanie propellering your dick around like this?
But now you're just making the assumption that my dick is too small.
Here's the thing. If you have, for instance, like some special magic power, your dick always points to magnetic north, then that in itself could be a one-time show.
Okay, we are 6 minutes in and we've already gone to criticizing Justin's dick size.
Well, he's the one who brought it up.
So
I brought up being a stripper. I did not bring up the size of anything other than the fact that I said I'm not the skinniest guy. I'm not a fat guy. I was just saying that I am.
Okay, but
I'm a semi.
Let me break this down, okay? So
speaking of semi,
that's how he makes his most money.
Yes. Look at it's almost hard.
I'm gonna break this down because I kind of want to do a little bit of research to find out what the average male stripper takes home in one day.
Okay, well, you could high end this and go to Vegas Chippendales, and they're raking in like $1,500, in one night.
But I think that we also have to look at the fact of, is this going to be on a Monday? Is this going to be on a Saturday? Because the chances of like a bachelorette party coming in on a Saturday at night and, throwing all their money at me is a lot more plausible than, a Tuesday afternoon. So I feel like it depends on the day of the week. We have to talk about that.
Well, I would imagine you get to choose the 24-hour window. And I will grant him this. And I don't know, Peter, if you want to give me that executive power to say that 24-hour period, you can pick the day. So if you wanted a Friday or Saturday night, Justin, I will give it to you. I will grant you this gift, this sort of boost, because I honestly don't think, unless you're walking in there and fixing like a myriad of plumbing and electrical issues, they're not paying you $1,000. Like, you're not walking in there and just fixing the lights and the fact that they have backed up toilets and stuff, and they're like, we need this for tonight. We'll give you $1,000 to fix all this.
Yes, based on what you already know and what you already can do. So you couldn't be like, well,
I mean, listen, if I had the skill set to like be a plumber or to be an electrician and go into any establishment and fix it for them and charge them $1,000, I would do that, no problem. The problem is that I'm assuming that this hypothetical has to go based on my current skill set. And look, I have a background in theater, and so I think that getting up on stage and shaking my moneymaker is something that I wouldn't be totally out of context doing because my background's in theater. So, I mean, I think at that point, if I get a good crowd that comes in, a bachelorette party or something, I think I could make $1,000. And I'm telling you guys, the secret, helicopter dick.
Do you guys think that there are any plumbers out there that actually, in order to drive up business, take like the most nasty, gnarly shits and then, on their way out, they're like, your toilet's blocked, here's my card.
He's like, I might have to fix this for you later. Here's my card.
So yeah, I just noticed.
Another question, like, what if I invite my girlfriend to the strip club and she spends $1,000?
Well, that's a loophole now.
Like, does that count, or is that cheating? Is that a loophole? Hey, that's what this show is all about.
Yeah, it's all about exposing the loopholes in society. I like it.
Well, I guess that's legal?
Yeah.
I like how your girlfriend's like, yeah, I'll pay $1,000 for your sweaty old dick. Let's just do that right now. Let's just slam it down.
To get something I could get for free, probably.
All right, Matt, let's see what you got.
Let's throw it off to Matt and see what he can come up with. Again, Matt, remember, you can choose the 24-hour window because we've already established that with Justin. Okay, but it has to be 24 hours. Has to be legal. Legal. Remember,
Legal. Yes, I get it.
Legal.
Gotcha.
And it has to be $1,000 in 24 hours. Go.
All right, so I'm glad you asked, because this is something. First of all, I just want to say, if I can make $1,000 in a day, I would be doing that pretty much every single day. Like, let's just be honest. If you're listening to this and be like, yeah, let's take some notes, I'm gonna get rich quick. It's not really gonna happen. But I in the 10 minutes that we had to look this, like, sort of to prepare for this, the first thing I did, I'm like, what are my best skill sets that I can essentially translate into instant cash? So the first thing, obviously, I looked at was sperm donation.
If you can get paid for that.
You can get paid. And I actually looked at, first thing I did was Googled it, and my Google search history now, because of this show, is just absolutely awful. Right now, if you look at it, like, the past 20 searches are all like sperm donation and Joe Exotic stuff.
Can you get paid for a sperm donation?
And you can.
How old is Joe Exotic?
So the average, I believe, I looked at some places pay between about $100 to $125 per donation. Now, if you're doing it exactly, and I again, I had like 5 minutes to sort of investigate this, and all I could do is look up the rules, and there are no rules about maximizing yourself per day. And I didn't really look into the criteria, but I figured here's my plan, because clearly, based on our previous discussion about the deserted islands,
this is 3 episodes into this podcast, and 2 of your answers have just been to masturbate the whole time.
I was gonna say, this is now 2 episodes in a row that Matt's answer has involved some sort of masturbation technique. So
I'm gonna jerk my way out of this one, friends. No, so here's how this is gonna go.
I hope that goes on a t-shirt one day. How can I jerk myself out of this one?
24 hours. So we wake up at 5. Okay, I start by Ubering for that first at 3 or 4 hours, or so. I'll start at 4 a.m. Let's say Uber from 4 to like 9. Rush hour, get people where they need to go, make a little cash that way. Then I will drive, as I'm Ubering around, to various different, I don't know what they're called, sperm banks, jerk stations, I don't know what they're called, but deposit myself in various different places.
Semen receptacles.
I figure, in my loneliest and most boring of days, you could probably just hammer out a solid, you could probably mix about 6 batches in a day. Like, that's probably the way you can go. So about 100 to, maybe even more, but you sort of give yourself about an hour in between, sort of, work your way from one place to another. Am I allowed, if Justin, I'm asking you for your kindness here. If I gave you the day of the week to do this, do I get the courtesy of having my shitty 2006 Corolla with a full tank of gas? Can I have that?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So I will be then
granted
cruising. Yes, granted. I will be cruising around downtown Toronto, dropping people off, exploring the various different sperm banks of the GTA. I don't know how many there are. I don't know if I have to put on a disguise, plead with someone, go on during a shift change and be like,
Matt just comes in with a fake mustache. He's just like, hello, I've never ever deposited sperm here before. Can I deposit sperm today?
I am a sperm donation sommelier, and I am very
That's disgusting.
well educated on the matter, and this establishment is fresh to me, and I'd like to perhaps make my mark for my blog, and just kind of go that way. But I figure in a day of, so from 4 a.m. to about 9 a.m. I'm Ubering. In between, I will probably visit about 6 to 8 different sperm banks within the GTA. I imagine that hopefully there's enough. I will get paid. I will lowball this $100 per batch, getting about $700-800. The other $200 I will make from whenever these offices close, I don't know, 9 p.m. I will say, and then from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. I will be back to Ubering for the rest of those hours. So it is literally just it's spanking it and banking it, baby. Spanking it and banking.
Spanking it and banking it. But now the issue becomes
that could be another t-shirt. There we go.
We've already got 3 t-shirts, 1 per episode.
Spanking it and banking it.
Spanking it and banking it. Penetror and I eat Paula D. But now, if you're being an Uber driver, you're going to be using gas. You're going to have to pay for gas.
Well, that's why I asked you. I asked you if I can have a full tank of gas.
You can have a full tank of gas, but you don't just get a full tank of gas for the entire time.
My man, if Toyota could hear you talk about their gas mileage on a 2006 Corolla CE, it is exquisite. I would probably need to... Okay, I will shave off like $30 to put some more gas. Gas right now today is like what, like 65 cents a liter, I think, or something like that. Like
it was dirt cheap.
Exactly. So I think we're in the right time for gas purchasing. But I get it. So I will also include a $20 budget for food and coffee and stuff like that to replenish the arsenal, to add, like, to reload the clip. And then at the end of it, I will probably need to hide from society once again and probably change my name again. I will go from Raoul Sexclair to I will change my name once again. I will become Matt again afterwards, after that awful excursion of spanking it and banking it.
Well, if someone named Raoul Sexclair comes into a sperm donation bank, they're going to be like, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll take as much as we can of yours. Your last name is literally Sexclair. Like, we need all of it.
I feel like with a name like Raoul Sexclair, you should be doing the stripping thing that I've chosen.
That's true. That is also true.
I will lend you that name. That might actually help you out. I mean, that could sort of be your stage name.
I know I could have like a Joe Exotic big handlebar mustache and a mullet, and I feel like that's a very Raoul Sexclair look. You know, a leopard print assless chaps, and.
But I mean, someone like that would probably be stripping more so at a gas station than they would at a gentleman's establishment.
Just in the parking lot of a 7-Eleven.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it doesn't have to necessarily be a parking lot. Like, maybe it's an indoor kind of... They could possibly have some type of, like, you gas up your car, you go in, you grab a Slim Jim and, like, a Snickers bar, you get a lottery ticket, and on the left, like, just be...
And then there's Slim Jim in the back waiting to give you a lap dance.
That's your name, Slim Jim.
No, the best place to go and strip, if it's not a strip club, the best place to strip would be a trucker stop, because truckers are some of the horniest motherfuckers out there. Second off, they make a shit ton of money, and they're constantly on the roads. They have nothing to spend their money on, and I feel like that right there is a perfect recipe to shake a little booty and have them throw their have them throw their De Niro on you. You know,
I love how all of these answers. It's not like, well, I would buy, or I would like, go and find something for free on Kijiji and then trade that for something else and then trade that up to something else and then sell that. No, instead...
Motherfucker, that takes charm. That takes charm and ingenuity.
Instead, it's like, nah, I'm just going to shake my ass and jerk it. That's all I want to do for cash.
Two separate things, by the way. Two completely separate things.
But you haven't given me a week. You've given me 24 hours, man. I mean, time is of the essence here. By the time I meet up with, what if the guy on Kijiji tells me he can't meet until 3 o'clock? Well, that's half my day gone when I could have been shaking booty.
Man, I'm going to make that guy meet. Why? Because I'm going to tell him what my name is. Raoul Sexclair.
I have an IKEA...
I don't have time.
Listen to me, Peter. I have an IKEA light that I put on Facebook Marketplace almost 2 years ago, and I have not had one response for. So the fact that I'm going to get something free on Kijiji and find somebody willing to buy it, I find very difficult to believe.
All right, here's the play.
I am struggling with that. What's the play? Tell me. Write it out for me, coach.
For Matt, what you have to do instead is you got to jerk it into like a little vial. And then you have to sell that on Kijiji.
Well, you make it sound like I'm giving someone the antidote to like COVID-19. Like that's not that's not how this works.
Hey, it could be. You never know. We haven't tested it yet.
Here's the thing. Winning this contest, if it actually came down to it, is not as important. Like, I would just literally, if I needed to make $1,000 right now, I would just go into my closet and, like, pull out a bunch of these comic books that I have been sitting on for years and be like, all right, it's been nice knowing you. Like, I clearly will have no children to give this to. Someone else might have children because I'm clearly spanking it at like 4 different, sperm banks. There's going to be a lot of...
Some of them might be yours.
Yeah, who knows, right? But
you better hope you don't chafe.
Oh, God. I mean, I would have to have some type of, like, lubricant, some type of, like, Teflon glove or something. Like, I would need a Kenny G CD. It would just be...
You just need one of those... You need like a fleshlight, that type of thing.
Well, no, those are expenses I can't afford. Forget it. I have an imagination. Fuck it. Like, that's all I need.
You're starting with $0. You don't have money to go out and buy a fleshlight.
Exactly.
So.
Now, Justin, I gotta ask you, man. Like, you walk into the strip club and you ask to speak to the owner. Like, what is your pitch to this guy? Like, he looks at you up and down, and I'm not saying that you're not a beautiful like pillar of a man. I'm just saying that you need to actually sort of give him a little bit of the silver tongue, literally or figuratively, but to get a job there. But you got to deal with the, first of all, like, let's say the doors open at noon. I mean, you got to deal with the noon crowd, and then it doesn't heat up until like 8 or 9 p.m. And you got to really you got to helicopter that dick like a motherfucker. Like, I just want to know how you get to that point. Like, what are you saying to this strip club owner, who is named Sal? His name is Sal in my head. His name is
Sal,
the
strip club owner.
I love it. I can picture him now. His shirt is half buttoned up. The chest hair's popping out. He's balding. He
says bro a lot.
He's got like gold chains, like a fake Rolex.
He's Eastern European for some reason.
Yeah,
Eastern
bro,
European.
best in Europe, bro.
Yeah, exactly. He's got like the Adidas track pants on. I know exactly who he is. Yeah, for sure. Sal.
All right, if I was to do Justin's idea, I would find the loneliest old lady in that place, if there was one, or the loneliest old man in that place, and I would probably do some unspeakable things.
Yeah, but that's not legal. It's not legal.
No, of course it's legal.
You tell me where it's legal.
If you set up a camera, now it's porn.
Yeah, then you sell that, boom, $1,000.
Oh, cam girling is another one. Dear Lord.
Right?
I was thinking about that as well when I was coming up with my answer, but then I was afraid that all of this, there seems to be this new sort of trend of people who like think that sex work is easy, getting kind of trashed on and bashed. And so my thing was that with my luck, episode 3, I would say, make quick money, become like a cam boy or something, and then I would just have a bunch of these like SJWs screaming at me in our inbox that I'm trashing sex work and that sex work is real work, which it is, but that they would think that I was saying it was the easy route. And so instead I decided to become a stripper because
Well,
I mean,
let's put it this way.
You gotta get asses in seats, buddy.
Does stripping count as sex work?
I guess. I don't know. You're selling the sexuality of yourself, I guess. So yes, it does count as it.
It's art.
Anything else to add to your arguments, because we're getting short on time here and I'm really sick of hearing your arguments.
I think that Justin makes first of all, give my regards to your balls, because that is very brave of you to do. I'm going to be in a small little kind of closeted area with a bunch of probably outdated porn that I'm going to be, making love to a cup. So,
but how much, I'm not sure if you already mentioned this, but how much do they pay you per load? Like how much will they pay you
per load
per deposit?
It's not like they fucking weigh it. It's like not per gram or ounce, but like from what I understand,
it's $100 an ounce.
Yeah, it doesn't go straight to like a dealer who has these like, it's in bag. It's not, there's no chemist there with test tubes and like graduated cylinders and shit. Like it doesn't. I don't know. I honestly have never done it. I'm clearly a seasoned professional at it, but regardless, it's not something that I have done for money. Nonetheless, what I will say is that upon an immediate Google search of how much do you get paid to donate semen, and it said between $100 to $125. So I lowballed it to be conservative at $100. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to about 7 or 8 of those places and Ubering and working for Uber.
And then you have to assume that you're going to make $200 from Uber. Now, I just want to say that I have experience from being an Uber driver. 2 years ago on St. Patrick's Day, I decided to sign up for Uber for the hell of it, got my car safetied, and tried to do an Uber ride. I picked up my first trip. It was a short one. The app crashed. I did not get paid for the trip, and when I called Uber, they told me, too bad, so sad. If the app crashes, you lose that trip, and I never drove for them ever again.
Well, you know who we're not going to get sponsored by? Uber.
I'm just saying it happened.
Yes, so I use Lyft. I will then use Lyft instead. Lyft has a very reliable app that never crashes.
He's going to be a Lyft driver. There you go.
Or you could use Uber and Lyft, and you could drive for both of them and make double the rides.
Or during these quarantine times, you could do Uber Eats. And now all of a sudden...
Dude, I would do all of those. Every single thing. I'll donate or I'll drive and deliver whatever the fuck you need. I will come to your house.
He's got like 3 phones on. One with Lyft, one with Uber, and one with Uber Eats.
Every single thing. I will accept rides everywhere.
Skip the dishes.
Oh my god, I will skip the dishes, skip the shame. I will do all of that.
All right, let's come to a decision here. I mean, by let's, I mean I am going to come to a decision here. I feel like... realistically, I don't want to say it, but Matt's idea is probably the winner.
How?
I'm going to rationalize it right now.
I protest. I am protesting this.
So I like your ingenuity and your thinking outside the box when it comes to being a stripper. The only thing with it is that you have to hope, A, that there's a big enough market for male stripping, that you're going to make that much money, that it's going to be busy, and also that, you know, there's going to be a market for that type of male stripping, where you go, that type
Fair.
of things, right? So you're kind of like putting yourself in one box and hoping that, you know, that you're putting all your pennies in one bank account there and hoping that it grows. That's my new analogy I just made up. So, you know, like it. Enjoy it.
Copyright that shit.
Yeah. Whereas Matt is like hustling. He's like, all right, I'm going to jerk it over here. Then I'm going to go drive these people around. And then we're going to jerk it over there. And then I'm going to drive these people around. Then I'm going to jerk it over there. I'm going to drive these people around. And then I'm going to recharge. We're going to Gatorade. Then I'm going to jerk it over here. Then I'm going to drive people around. You know, so on and so forth for 24 hours. Which to me seems insane. But knowing Matt, I believe he could do it.
I'm a hustler, bitch.
That's why I have to choose Matt. And unfortunately, he goes to 3-0. Screw you, Matt. I'm going to return next episode.
No, it's you.
Oh, actually, no.
Next episode it's going to be
It's going to be
you and I, Peter, going head to head. So
yes. So one of you will actually break the you know, my unbeaten streak to a degree.
One of us is going to beat our ducks.
Exactly.
Break our ducks.
I will not be part of it.
break our duck. Beat our ducks. That sounds like a masturbation term.
Yeah.
Beat my duck.
You got beating on my mind.
I'm going to beat all your ducks, and it's going to be phenomenal.
All right. So at the end of the day, Matt walks away with another victory, which unfortunately had to happen. I like your idea. I also like Justin's idea. I think that they're both feasible ideas, but I think that Matt's is just enough to push it over the edge. So the victory goes to Matt DeMarco. He is now 3-0 and jacked as shit.
I call horseshit.
Call whatever you want, motherfucker. Maybe you could sell that horseshit to sort of supplement the money that you're not making while you're stripping.
Yeah, manure.
I really want to see you make $200 Ubering. I do, in one day. I really am curious to see you do that.
My first strategy would be having a phone that doesn't crash the app. That would be my first strategy.
Oh, step 1, have a good phone.
Correct.
Step 2, don't let the app crash.
Essentially, that would be the first order of business for me. But I do very much, applaud your efforts. It was a valiant effort, sir. So good on you. Well done. But I will take this victory, file it away in my now overflowing, cabinet of victories, and then put it in the closet with all my comic books, which I will not sell. I will jerk myself to exhaustion before I sell any of those comic books.
On this episode of Hypatheticals, Peter asked how Matt and Justin plan to legally make $1,000 in 24 hours. Matt walked away with a victory after choosing to sell his spank juice and drive for Uber, while Justin fell just short with his ingenious idea of shaking his derriere in a strip joint for a quick buck. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow us on all of our socials, and if you have an idea for a hypothetical question that you want discussed on the show, tweet at us or send us an email at hypatheticals@gmail.com. And on behalf of Matt, Peter, and myself, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll catch you next time.